fine. This is not the fucking thing that was there. Whatever.
Yo.
Hey. Jesus Christ. Austin, what the fuck?
What's up?
The same shit. It blinks on, off, nothing stays. All right, we ready?
Yes, sir.
Why can't you test the ring light?
That's just a physical on-off switch. What you have, I can't do anything remotely with.
So
that.
why not get a new ring light?
Yeah.
Why can't you test the ring
There's
light?
on and off.
Yeah, it's on. It blinks on and off.
But you can turn it
It
on.
doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Turn it on. That's on.
Yeah. All right, Dan.
It changed.
On.
Like you look better. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
no. Is there a setting on it? Can we see it? There's got to be a setting on it.
And this thing, somebody switched, Austin. This camera, ever since this camera came, it doesn't work the same.
Keep this all in. Keep this all in.
This camera wasn't there.
Press a different button. I'm sure that there's, it's
Dan.
on a setting.
You sure there's not like a
On.
like
Mode? There's something that says mode.
Mode.
yeah, it's probably on
change
like a flash mode.
All right, I press mode. Now on. Now what?
You
Mode.
usually
On.
have 10 modes.
How do you know you have 10 modes? Now it's off.
Now
Off.
press,
Blue.
Keep going.
Mode. Off. Mode. Off. Mode. Off. Mode.
you look
off.
like you're in the club right now.
So what do you want me to do? Off. Mode. Blue. Mode. Off.
Off. Mode.
And then it's like shadows.
Bro, you look totally fine like this. It's okay.
You could use a scarf.
Fine.
That went right into his brain. He went,
He's like, you know what? I could. Yeah.
oh man.
Yeah. Mode. Off. On. Blue.
Here we go.
Hey,
The towel.
look at that.
That's a towel. That's Kevin. Sorry, you never heard of it. Hermes. It's a fashion brand. I bought a bunch of them. So
You look like Lenny Kravitz right now. That thing
oh well, that's the nicest thing that's ever been said on this podcast.
You put it over your head,
fine.
you look like an old Russian babushka.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you guys don't know this. The thing about you guys is come on, this thing is fucking fire, and you guys are just gonna have to deal with it. And I just got it to prove. Yes, I bought more scarves.
You know what? You know where it would look better though is if a ring light was on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can do it for 1 second.
Oh, whoa. That pops. That pops. Oh.
Now it's garbage.
Yeah,
Now it looks
back
like
in the
garbage.
pool.
I don't understand, Austin. You're pretty good. I don't know why you would let this go. I don't. Whatever. It's like this. This irritates me to no end. No end. Okay.
All right, the rundown. Let's go.
Not the way I want to start.
Come on, Davey. You're a big pressure guy.
All right, let's get into the rundown. Today is May 8th.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nailed it. You're on fire.
Yep.
1 for 1. Start streak here.
It's brought to you by High Noon Sun Sips. I am wearing the tequila one right here. Those are going great. I did a couple meet and greets. Thank you for everybody who came out in Louisville. If you're a tequila lover who's never satisfied with malt hard seltzer offerings, you're going to love the new tequila seltzer. Premium hard seltzer, real tequila, real juice. That's what we do. Clean finish because made with real Blanco tequila. Only 100 calories, gluten-free, no sugar. Added, available in 4 bright, crisp flavors: strawberry, lime, grapefruit, and passion fruit. Look for them on Drizzler at your local convenience or liquor store, or visit highnoonspirits.com to find it near you. I was never a big tequila guy. I don't care whether I drink the tequila or vodka High Noon. I like them equally, which says a lot about how good the tequila ones are.
Lime and strawberry.
Oh, that's an interesting combo. Most people didn't have
Those are
that.
my favorite tequilas that they have.
The scarf is awesome. Admit this is awesome.
So good. You look so
It's a cool scarf.
Well,
It's just,
no. I wouldn't wear. I wouldn't wear it with this normally. But Dan's like, oh, scarf, and I want to prove that I have bought multiple new scarves.
Point proven.
Yes. All right, NBA. We'll start Celtics. Unbelievable game. I didn't see a second of it. Elio and I were delayed about 7 hours. Those crazy storms in Louisville come back. We were supposed to land, get home, watch the game. Took 9 hours. So tough loss. It seemed like.
You were predicting a sweep, right?
Yeah, originally sweep, then 4-1. And by the way, they were like very close to a sweep. They've won 2 games easily, and they
the
easily
series is tied at 2, and we're talking about they almost swept Dave.
Well, Kevin, I mean, I know you don't watch sports, but the 2 games that they lost were coin flips.
2 of the games.
Coin flips. They won 2 easily.
About a sweep at all.
They're clearly better than the 76ers, and they're going to win the series.
I'd agree with that. I don't know about their coach.
Listen, he's
That's
a young
the
guy.
one. And
Missoula.
James Harden has stepped up in big moments. So Dave, what you missed, you would have enjoyed the fourth quarter because Embiid was like full on gas.
Yeah, I saw, and he like afraid to shoot and things like that. Yeah,
Al Horford was
Embiid's a
just
joke.
swatting his shit.
Yeah, no, Embiid's a joke.
But James Harden has been.
And by the all right,
Listen,
great.
when James Harden puts up 45, they win. I mean, I know Embiid is MVP. but James Harden,
Okay. Here's the thing.
I'm on your side on that. I'm just saying.
James Harden's historical career, he can be very good in the first few games, and by the end, Fatso is out of gas. So I am not worried about the Sixers down the stretch. Am I worried about the coach when we play whoever comes out of the West? Yeah, I think that's where we could trip up a little bit. The Celtics are going to win this series. I thought it'd be 4-1, but listen. There's no way the Sixers are going to beat the Celtics 2 out of the next 3. It ain't happening. There's no world it's happening, so I'm not worried about it. And I know Tatum started slow. He had 1 million rebounds. Good game it looked like. I just figured out, and I'm going to ask Hank. Hank's going to get asked. So I'm flying. We're doing this a little early. My week, I'm flying to New York.
Oh, you are? Officially,
Yes.
You're going to come to the streams?
No, not officially.
Oh.
Because I'm going to the Wood for the next game.
For game 5.
For game 5. I will be on the stream for game 6, and if necessary, game 7. Is game 7 rough and rowdy?
Sunday.
Okay, so I'll be there. I will be either on the Wood or on the stream here on out. I saw Hank call out Boston fans. He didn't mention me. I don't know if the back of his mind was me. I go to the Kentucky Derby every year. It's booked every year.
Calling out people not coming on the stream.
Trying to get the Boston crew together. Thought Donnie might come. Pat, Sass, Dana. There's a lot of Casey. Everyone likes to pretend they're Boston fans until it's time to show up.
Yeah.
I was here for the Bruins. The Bruins people here for me.
Yeah. So I went on 1. I don't like missing the game. Elio and I were just sitting there. We were in the air with bad service trying to update the game.
I could tell when you were like, Marcus Smart had a shot to win the game.
Yeah. Everything was like late. And again, what are you going to do? I booked the Derby. I go pretty much every year. It was bad timing on how it fell in the air. But I will be involved the rest of the way. I was going to ask Hank if Hank wants to do stream or would. He has the right of refusal.
I think he's got to do stream for content.
So
because we tape the show right after.
Frank the Tank set the tone a week ago. So
yeah, fine by me.
Dave's following Frank the Tank.
The asylum here.
Yeah, no, I am following Frank the Tank. Yeah, I like being on the Wood. I like being on the Wood. I like being on the Wood.
When I couldn't get Frank to do the stream, everyone was like, "What's the next domino to fall?" Well, the answer is Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, no,
we all know it goes Frank and then Dave at Barstool Sports. That's how it's been.
I will be on the Wood game 5 and stream 6, 7. Are we going to Philly to stream?
No, we were streaming here.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I heard rumors we're going to Philly for game 6 to stream at the bar. I don't know that. Anyway, so listen, I'm not worried. Great game from everything I've heard. I missed it. Can't talk about it. Let's move on. Matt Ishbia flop. And this was all over the place versus the Joker, who, by the way, was horrible down the stretch.
He scored 53 points.
50 points, Dave. He was like,
he was doing everything on his own.
I only saw the last minute because I had somebody called Mr.
50. I think he had like 12 assists.
He had 53 points.
Well, I didn't see any of it. I was watching hockey.
Sports now, Dave.
No, I was watching hockey,
Watch
Kevin.
the games we're talking about.
Kevin, I was watching hockey because I had Mr. Ice staying over last night, and he didn't give a fuck about anything, whether games goals were being scored. So I watched the last minute, and I saw Jokic turn the ball over, and then I saw him miss a layup. That's all I saw.
It's a bad game.
Yeah,
That's
he
not what
was
I came
garbage.
up with.
They should have sat him. They should
Ishbia,
take him
I kind of
With
like
the-
these takes. Dave saw 1 minute.
Lying,
I was
lying.
traveling. Travel. Matt Ishbia flop.
No,
I saw.
wait. Let's break down some more of that game. What else? Like, give me something on Booker.
That's all I saw, Kevin.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt Ishbia,
He
Flop.
flopped.
flop. Huge flop. And it's,
And he,
I
what
mean,
did that call? Technical on Joker for that?
yeah.
There was
But it's
contact.
smart. It's
Listen,
smart.
I don't even know.
He
I don't
played
even know how
basketball, I guess, at
Joker's
Izzo.
a
I don't know
big
if he
man.
actually
You get-
played or he was just the towel boy. I met him at the Waste Management.
Yeah, he was on the Flintstones.
But was he just like a guy who took the towels?
I think he played a little bit.
Really?
Like, yeah.
He's
I
not
don't
a
know.
big guy.
No, he's not. But yeah,
That's why I'm
I
saying
would do the
I
same
don't know how
thing.
much of a flop that was.
Yeah.
if you can get the best player out of the series, why not take a flop?
Yeah, I don't hate it. Owner get
I would have
involved.
I would have fallen to the ground like I was. Fucking
You know what I started doing last night late because I'm an educated man who wears scarves. I didn't really understand what a mortgage company does. So I Googled that because I know he owns one of the biggest like mortgage company in the world, and he hates the owner of the Cavs, Dan Gilbert, because they're competitor like mortgage companies. And he actually said if you work with Rocket Mortgage, you can't work with us. And I just, my brain, it's like 2 NBA owners own mortgage companies. That seems like a good business to be in. So I did
Both
some
from
research.
Detroit.
I know, both from Detroit.
He was a walk-on from '99 to 2002.
Yeah, but was he a walk-on?
Yeah, how many minutes did he play?
I
I thought
think-
he played maybe like a few.
I think
I don't
zero.
think he played like a
I
lot.
don't.
40 games he averaged 0.6 points.
All right, so he didn't play.
Yeah, no, he played in 18 games, never started. He started 1 game in 02, but he was on the national championship team.
That's pretty good. Better than I give him credit for. This is brought to you by Simply Safe. Spring is in bloom, and you know what comes next, vacation season. But before you pack your bags, be sure to secure a home with Simply Safe Home Security. With Simply Safe, enjoy greater peace of mind knowing your home is monitored around the clock by trained agents ready to act to defend against break-ins, fires, and other threats. With the top-rated Simply Safe app, stay connected from anywhere, anytime. Arm or disarm your system remotely. Check your cameras to make sure everything is okay. Even unlock the front door to let a guest in. Simply Safe ships to your door, and it's easy to set up yourself in about 30 minutes or have Simply Safe certified technicians install it for you. With financing through a firm, secure your home today and pay over time in installments that fit your budget. Customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at simplysafe.com/rundown. Go today and claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off your order with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafe.com/rundown. There's no safe like Simply Safe. Knicks Heat. This can be quick. The Knicks are terrible.
Bro, they won that game by the skin of their teeth.
With nobody playing for the Heat.
Yeah, and
The Knicks
I
thing.
don't know how Eric Spoelstra does it. I don't know how Pat Riley does
good.
it. Everybody they throw out there, it doesn't matter who they are, they just play.
Yeah, I mean, the Knicks fans are dopes. Bing bong, the Knicks fans are dopes.
I don't get this. I don't understand why
Bing bong, the Knicks fans are
being
dopes.
crazy fucking passionate has become a negative thing.
Well, it's not negative, but I think there was thoughts that you guys were like a threat to win the East. That's crazy. You guys are dopes.
Yeah, listen, anybody who's out there,
The Knicks are just as far.
Yeah,
the Knicks
but-
are just as far from a title as who's like the worst team in the league.
Spurs.
Yeah, they're that, but they are, Kevin. They're like they're in the middle of nothing. They got they're a try-hard regular season team.
Dave, I unfortunately am with you on the fact that I think they're kind of stuck in that no man's land in the NBA where it's like they got good players, but you don't win with good players. You need like full-blown superstars, and if you're not going to be winning a title, you're not getting picks. You
Bing
need
bong,
RJ.
that's where the
Barrett.
Knicks are.
Yeah,
Every time Dave says Bing Bong, his little hair thing flops.
Get this little cockatoo thing
Bing
going.
Bong.
Because
It
you know
is.
what? I was trying to be like a good boyfriend, to be honest, and wear this hat, but I can't with the shading because the lights don't work. So thank you, Austin.
My God, the shading. Barstool did sell out. We're talking
Austin?
about the
Shading.
Austin?
Shading. I was half in the dark, Kevin. Like, you want fine. I'll fucking wear it.
Austin, you need to write an
Give your
apology
boyfriend,
letter
right.
to Silvana.
Yeah. All right. There you go. See,
Yeah, you look
now
exactly the same. You're wearing
No,
a
I
hat.
don't, Kevin.
Look, I'll wear a hat too. We're fine.
Yeah, now you look stupid. You don't look the same. You have shadows all over your face. Kentucky Derby. First of all, I gotta give thanks. Switching, I'll keep doing this.
Oh, that was a quick ad for Silvana.
You got about 30 seconds there, girl.
She didn't even get a full spot.
Shout out Raising Cane's. They saved the day for me, okay? Because our seats sucked when we got there. We had a box, no TVs, couldn't see the race. Like,
Where were you?
We're on kind of 30 yards beyond the finish line, up in the back, outside, and we like to bet. Listen, I lost $100,000. Like, nobody loses more cash at the track than me. Nobody bets like I do at the track. It's unheard of. You don't do it. I do it.
They're facts.
So, they were great. They sent a guy who helped out, but Elio and I were like, we're not coming. This was Friday. We're like, if we don't get something, we're not coming on Saturday. We'll sit, get dressed, and watch it on the couch and bet from our app. Raising Cane's had a suite at the finish line that was unbelievable. Best seats in the house. Better than that, I love Todd Graves. They didn't show up till 3:30, 4 in the afternoon. So we had the only suite, nobody in it. It was just us. It was perfect. We had a great time.
We also, when we go to the track, that's the other thing is no one bets like you, but also you get there at 10:30 for the first race.
We're there from the crack of ass. We're up, alarm getting picked up. We are the first one in the gym, last one out. The race, Mage, winner, didn't have it. I thought I saw you talking about it, Dan, before the race. Or was that after the race?
I had Mage in an exacta and trifecta box. I went 1 and 3.
God.
So the 2 fills I didn't have in any of my exotics. So
your kid liked 2 fills, right?
Yeah, my guy right before the race, I asked my son, I was like, which one you want? He's like, I like the blue one. And then as it's coming down, he's like, I think he kept on being like, we're winning. And I was like, not anymore, buddy. This is how it works. We're losers.
Start them early, Dan. Start them early.
We're losers.
Yeah. So always good event. Elio and I, we went bust before the Derby, so
that was sad.
We watched it from the couch. Quite literally watched it from the couch. So yeah, always a good event though. NHL playoffs.
Mr. Ice is hot.
That video he made, this is Ice's house now. So I didn't bet the game because Mr. Ice is like having a 300-pound child. Like, we go on these trips. Now, I get it. For people who don't know how the syndicate works, Ellie and I have been going to the track forever. And we used to be kind of similar financial status, so we've had a system that works. We bet together, we split it. I've obviously financially hit the lottery with Barstool and have more money. So I bet more to get the rush, but we still split it. So I'm betting like $5,000 a race and we still split it. So it is like having a large child. And then I don't know if he feels bad, but he starts giving me his Mr. Ice picks. They sucked. He didn't win one. So that he had that game last night, the over.
And it was 0-0 in the first.
And I went to bed after the first. I didn't bet it.
All I know is every single hockey game that's going off, Mr. Ice, over. Put $100,000 on the over. These totals are like 7.5. The one game he doesn't give me was the Jersey Carolina game. Ice. It's like 5.5. There's 9 goals. He's just sitting here. 9 goals. If I wasn't laughing, I'd be crying. Jersey Carolina, 100 goals. I gotta laugh or I cry. I gotta laugh. We got a friendship game tonight.
You know why I didn't bet it? The line, Dan. It went
5.5.
And it went from even to under -110. I'm like, oh, that's a loser. I can't bet it. I went to bed 0-0.
He called that his friendship bet, right? That
It was his friendship bet.
Yeah, our
you
friendship
didn't
was on
bet
the
it.
line. I didn't bet it. And there was 6 goals in the second. And I'm sleeping upstairs and he's screaming downstairs.
This is the Ice People's house now. This is the Ice People's house. This is our house now. What do you think about that? Huh? And this? Yeah, this is our house. This is our house.
Just screaming. So good for that. The Leafs, they stink.
They shouldn't get credit for being in the second round if they don't win a game.
If they get swept. Florida's hot. Does it change the opinion of the Bruins?
Well, I posed this to Hank a couple days ago. I do think, like, if you're rooting for Florida, right? Because if Florida wins the cup, the Bruins, historically, it's not as big of a choke job because, you lost to a team that was exceptional.
Yeah, and
but it also means they would have just steamrolled the Leafs.
Yeah, I still don't have the choke on the same level as everybody else. But yeah, I do think it's not like you lost to a team then that got bounced in the next round or dominated in the next round.
That goes one way or the other. You either think, hey, we lost to the best, or that could have been us.
Yeah,
so
could have been
it's
either
either
way.
the best or the worst for you.
This story is funny. Jared Vanderbilt, who I'd never heard of, who plays for the Lakers, I don't think he plays, right?
He does. He plays like 10 minutes maybe.
So he went to a store, bought like a $2,000 outfit, wore it in the tunnel, and then went back and returned it.
Dude,
unbelievable.
Am I crazy to think this is like a career ruiner? Like you can't like show your face in any locker room ever again.
He has a $13 million contract. What are you doing?
What are you doing? Just fucking buy the outfit.
Crazy.
He must be broke, bro. He must be spending that money like crazy.
$13 million. Guess I don't even want to tell you how much my Saturday Derby outfit cost. You guys would fucking.
I don't even want to tell you this thing that I'm definitely going to tell you. How much was it?
No, don't tell us. No,
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. No.
Was it
I'm Ford.
No. No, I'm not going to tell you. It was 10 grand
20 grand?
exactly. 10 grand.
10 grand?
Head to toe. I need a suit. I went in. I bought the mannequin. I bought the mannequin.
Get me, Dave. Well, your Instagram post, where you're like so excited to announce my collab with Tom Ford, and Dave's like, it's been a long time coming, all this stuff, and I was like, oh shit, Dave's doing a collab with Tom, and then at the end he's like, P.S. I just bought this off the mannequin.
Literally head to toe. I need this. I didn't know how much it costs. It's a fucking expensive store, clearly. But I saw it in the window. I'm like, I'll just take that. Give me everything that guy is wearing. So, the mannequin. And in the scheme of how much I lose on this Derby weekend, it all blends together. We had a driver. I'm not even going to get into that. All right.
Yeah, I heard it was not great.
The worst. It was so overpriced, but it was bad. We ended up with a great driver, but you can't go to the Derby and never have been in Louisville before and be the driver. Like these events, to drive to the Kentucky Derby, roads are closed. You have to know what is going on.
Who was worse, this driver or Spider behind the wheel?
Well, our lives weren't in danger. But he just didn't know what he was doing. I'll continue. Chris Brown beats up Usher, jumps him. Crazy story. So
I think this might be fake news, by the way. But
really?
Yeah.
Well, the story goes, Usher threw a birthday party for Chris Brown at a roller rink, and then Chris Brown was trying to hit on Tiana Taylor and was drunk. Usher intervened to try to smooth it over. And then Chris Brown and his crew jumped Usher and beat him up. That's the story. Why do you say it's fake?
Well, there's just there's tons of footage of Chris Brown and Usher partying and having fun all night together. And there's no footage of a fight. There's no pictures. There's no nothing. And there's people who were at the event, I guess, saying that never happened.
Okay.
And I think there was one. I think TMZ had one video that looked like a little bit of an argument. Now, I'll never give Chris Brown the benefit of the doubt because then just last night he fucking got in a fight at some other festival. So he's a piece of shit who's a violent guy. But I just don't.
It is tough to beat up the guy who's throwing your birthday party, but who knows? He is a certified, documented piece of trash. Mm-hmm. So who knows?
Right. So whatever.
Right. And then last one, Bronny declares to USC. I'm gonna say something.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something. It's not bad. My
He's
hate.
a big Bronny fan.
I don't have generational hate. That's what I was gonna say. I do not hate Bronny.
No.
He's never. I actually think he carries himself well. He's the opposite of his dad.
I'm gonna be a Bryce guy.
Are you saying LeBron's a good parent then?
He is.
Outside of, I think he was plying him with alcohol when he was like 13. But besides that, he apparently seemingly, he may be obnoxious, like when he runs onto the court and stuff in the games. But in terms of loving his kids and being there and growing up and raising seemingly well-adjusted adults, he seemingly has done okay at that.
He's a good dad.
Going soft. Come on.
I had this take as well, just because I saw this clip of LeBron. Like a reporter was like, "Is it still the plan for you to play with Bronny in the NBA?" And he was like, "That's what I want, but it's my son's life." And I was like, "Wow, that was pretty cool." Like that's hard for a lot of parents to say. Like this is your life, this is your path. So yeah, I think he's a very good dad. Outside of, you mentioned it, Dave, but the story goes that he gave his daughter wine and she was like, "It tastes like rocks," which then makes it seem like he also was feeding her rocks.
Rocks, yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, but he's a good dad.
Outside, that he was drunk during that stint. Remember, he was like bringing like wine and like water bottles on like the side. Yeah,
I'm gonna be a Bryce guy. I think I'm gonna be the middle child and just be all in on Bryce.
Yeah, it's tough because I think Bronny, with everything that has come with his expectations and all that, he seems like a really well-adjusted, normal, good guy. So, good for you. That's everything. Obviously, this is the first time we've been together since Mincy got canned. It's so I was out in the wild. I still get the Mincy, like, oh, what happened to Mincy? It's just, and I think my video kind of said everything that can be said about this in the way. The only thing I will say that I should have probably, there's a couple aspects of it. First, the fact that Mincy didn't work for 3 years and work for like a day. And this is what
that might have played a factor.
Did. He did, unbeknownst to himself, more damage to this company in 1 day of work than any human has ever done. He didn't do intentional, but for like all the hubbub and controversy, you guys sold this, that, to be Mincy, like people rallying around Mincy. And I said to him, I called him. On my call, I started when I knew it was over. I go, Mincy, you should have been fired 100 times before this, but not for this reason. Now, I also want to clarify. It's very easy because I've seen press be like, Dave's attacking Penn, this, that. I hate the decision. I hate the world that we live in. I trust Jay. I've said I trust Jay. And let me say this. Let's just say it's Barstool, and we're a $1 billion company. And in my heart of hearts, I think I have two options. I have to fire Mincy for this, or the company could go under. I fire Mincy. Like, I have never been, people like you changed, new Barstool, this, that. Those people have not been paying attention to what I've been saying for 2 decades straight, which I want to make a shit ton of money and go live on a beach. You just haven't listened. That's always been the thing. And that decision that Jay had and Penn had and the board, not just Jay, that's how they felt. And they're not apples, but you use like the Bud Light situation, which they got canceled, and the public can react. They can choose to buy a Bud Light or not buy a Bud Light. That is not our situation. Yeah, the stock went down, whether that's earnings or people like, I think it's more earnings than people like reacting to it. The public doesn't, you got to understand, the people who control the licenses with Penn answer to nobody.
No one.
So you could say this, hey, regulators, fuck you. We're not firing him because we don't think it's right. And he honestly made an honest mistake. And the public can rally all they want to us. It don't matter. It's 4 to 10 people who answer to nobody who don't like us to begin with. So it like we've always had the benefit of how we've operated, which has been like, well, we know we can do what we want, and our fans and our base will have our back. Penn does not have that luxury. That is a humongous difference in how this thing is being handled.
And so a couple of things. One is, you mentioned the regulators. People are like, obviously their initial reaction is like, well, what about this? What about this? And bring up all this stuff. When we got licensed in Massachusetts, like, we went through the ringer. They brought up everything. And they were like, going forward, there's zero tolerance. So it like our past has dictated how we have to act in the future, that people don't, obviously they're not watching like 80 hours of a regulatory meeting, but that did happen. So I think that's
All
where
of
it gets
it.
missed.
Dan, not only just when they took full control, but it's like Penn has said to us when we did this deal, which, by the way, knowing everything that would happen, if the deal was put in front, you rewind the clock, I signed that deal in fucking 5 seconds, and Mitzi's out tweeting birds. Like, I do it. When we did this deal, it has been said no less than 1,000 times. Here is the things moving forward that absolutely cannot be said. If it is said, game over.
It's the one thing, guy. Like the people being like,
a million times.
Nobody could say that in 2009, and no one can say it now.
Right. They rewind. Look at the things you guys have been in trouble for in the past. These specific things cannot be said. If they are said, it's done. That person is gone. We've said, of course, yeah, almost so fast, because who the fuck would say it? Well, we forgot we had a bird brain. We forgot Mitzi, and we have multiple bird brains. But it couldn't have been clearer that if that was said, there's nothing we can do. Obviously, it still sucks because everybody, I think, rationally, including Penn, looks at it and be like, that is not a reason to fire people. Why can't you suspend them? Why can't you do this? Like Dan said, go watch the mass hearings. Go watch how much they hate us. Nothing in that is rational. A lot of the hate we get isn't rational. We don't live in a rational world. People are going to say we sold out. I made the video. Yes, we sold out, and that was the exchange we made, and that's what we want to do, and I do it again, and it sucks for Mincy, but it is what it is.
Also, there is a chicken and egg thing that, and I know that people probably won't want to hear this because they're just mad, and I understand why they're angry because I think we all were like, this sucks. But part of selling out and the process that we've gone through is why a guy like Mincy can get hired.
Totally.
So like, there is a lot of like 90% of the content we create now is here because we're able to grow and get bigger and get money and get all this and like the snowball effect. Otherwise it would just, and I know that most people will be like, well, I liked it when it was just the three of you guys yelling at each other. I get that. But there's a lot of really awesome, talented people that came because we started the process of selling out.
Also, at the end of the day, like, I know he's like a fan favorite and people love that, but if all those fans were upset, put themselves in that position and say, would you risk $1 billion company and all of these jobs and a stock price and all that for an employee on this level?
Who has worked a grand total of 2 days in 3 years.
Like, it's more of it's like a cause that they're behind.
But and I agree with it because it is. That's the thing. It's like everyone doesn't agree that should end your career because if you watch it, it's like, and you know him, it sucks. Too. But like, I don't. The people, I always get a kick. Even our own employees. This is the old Barstool. This is new Barstool. 97% of the people who work here were not a part of the Barstool that they think they were a part of. We have been operating under these guidelines. It just hasn't happened. So it's like, this isn't our Barstool. I can promise you, at any point since day one of Barstool, when I started it, to now, if that decision, it's like, Dave, $100 million or die for a cause, I am going to let that cause go on over here, and I am going to take my money over here. It has never changed.
In the world worth $100 million.
You have been very transparent about that. That part confuses me.
I have said, I do not care what happens when I sell all of this. Once I get this money, you can kill this company. I didn't start this to be president. I didn't start it to be a martyr. I started it to bet more and live on a beach. So I have been so transparent with that from day one. This isn't my Barstool. This isn't. Yes, it fucking is. It always has been this. I hate the fucking decision.
Now listen, along the way, we kind of like took up the mantle of like, we say what we want and we do what we want, but it was all in the name of getting towards more money, not in the name of freedom of speech and expression in society. We do this because it makes money.
Correct. We, not on purpose, always had our audience. So we never had ads in the beginning. We did, and our audience in our events and everything grew so we could be ourselves. Like, we didn't, I never had to.
Honestly, if KO Barstool never attacks us, I don't think we become like the Pirates.
Correct.
We were never like we say what we want, guys. We were just
Nobody
making
was
jokes.
saying a word
It was only
about
when they came at us.
It's when the people started saying that these guys are the worst that it then has the opposite reaction.
And for the most part, and even that's the thing, everyone's attacking Penn. And they are getting a bad rep because Penn was one of the few who looked at our past, you want to call them transgressions or whatever you want to call them. It's like, no, we get it. Like, these guys are jokes.
Penn
They're
has been the coolest.
Yeah.
correct. So no one else, you want to talk FanDuel, DraftKings, none of those guys want to touch us with a 10-foot pole. Penn said, we'll take it in the warts, but you cannot do this moving forward. Mitzi did it.
And we still can do more than anyone else. Like,
Correct.
we can still make content and jokes more than any other outlet out there. There is one or two things that you can't do, and they told us that when they bought us. And
again, the decision for us, I think, and Penn would be if we weren't regulated. We keep saying, how does that change? It's because it's government with no oversight in some of these regulators. They can do whatever they want. It makes a decision. We can go back to our playbook, which is advertiser wants to drop this, that. We don't fucking care. We're going to be ourselves, and our crowd rallies around it, and we probably could have done it this way. I said that to Jay. I said, listen, if they don't want to give it, we'll pick up the percentage somewhere else. People respect it. There was a legit fear. It'll be a domino effect. So we'll have nowhere. That is what people do not get. It's a differentiator, and it's the deal with the devil we made. We knew it. We said 100 times. We had trainings. We had this. You cannot do this. Look at these past examples. Can never happen again. They're literally saying it will never happen again. And then Bird Brain, who we all like and know it wasn't intentional, totally by accident, guess what? It's not worth the risk. That's how they looked at it. So
the funniest thing with Mincy, I love him so much. And I hope that I maybe it's just very like naive of me to be like, Las Vegas Super Bowl down from the rafters like Sting. Mincy comes for the halftime.
I think he'll be back.
Yeah, like
Totally.
we will have to make sure that the playlist is.
He'll never be live.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe we need to have a new rule about who can go live and who can't. But Mincy will come back. We'll put like a disguise on him. We'll call him Ben, and he'll be back.
Kevin, before he got fired, and I didn't dream it would get to that spot, we were already working on a 10-second delay for him. We're like, he cannot be. That was like, why are we letting this guy go live?
I know we do a lot of live streams, with watching the game, so we are live a lot. But the 2 times we've done live like programs,
not
no good. So we should probably not.
So Mincy, the beautiful brain that is Mincy, this all happens. He gets fired, which we don't agree with. I wish he had not been fired. The whole world is waiting with bated breath for Mincy's next move. Radio silent. He goes to he texted me on Thursday night. He's like, J-Rad is the best dead cover band. I was like, are you there right now? He's like, yeah, I'm at Jazz Fest. Like, that's just
that's
even
Mincy.
in the afterlife, Mincy makes me laugh so goddamn much. Where like literally the whole internet's like, give us a YouTube link, give us a GoFundMe, give us anything that we can rally around Mincy. And he's like, I got a concert to go to, so I'll see you guys in a few weeks.
I'm stunned he just didn't link to Hogs for a Cause and say donate this. Call it a
the
day.
chain of events will go down Barstool lore. Like he doesn't do a live show, so he gets scolded for that. Comes back, does a live show, and he's worked 2 days in 3 years, and he's submarine everybody. Like, I'm looking at the stock again. I don't know the stock price. Like, their earnings was the same day. I tweeted something out that to me was clearly a joke. I think people took it as like me taking a shot, but it's from Succession when, he dies, spoiler alert, and then they're like, oh, there he is. That's Dad. It just happened that it coincided with Mincy, and that made me laugh. But yeah, it for a guy who really didn't work, he caused one of the biggest controversies this company's ever had, and it sucks, and we all are on the same page with it, but it is what it is. They just thought their hands were tied, and I've said this, I said it, Penn was the right company for us. There's no company in there. Yeah. And why would they ever risk it? If they thought that was a possibility, why would they? to take a moral stand. Well, what if their intuition's right and the licenses are gone? Great moral stand. 2,000, 3,000 people are out of work.
The same people who are like screaming about it, are you gonna, I don't know, pay a subscription or buy all of our merch or do whatever it takes to keep
But
this thing afloat?
and that's the thing, Kevin.
People give a fuck about Ben Minsky in 2 weeks.
Kevin, that though theory is what I've always had. But that is like drop in the pond. If they're a $1 billion gambling company. If you have no licenses, you're kaput. It doesn't matter how many T-shirts, how many subscriptions, nothing. It's game over. So
Ben Mintz.
If you don't understand that, you're being obtuse.
Yeah, pretty much. So there it is. That is the rundown. See ya.